everybody. Happy Friday. We are absolutely back again for another episode of Bourbon with a Splash of Sports. And of course, you got the crew. To my left, you got Mr. Will I Am.
What up, people? What's going on with you guys?
To my right, we got the Don.
What's up with you? Good Don's in the house. Let's get to drinking.
And my man, Ron G. Down on the end.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? Good to be back. How's everybody doing? Y'all good?
Oh, I'm good.
Let's go.
I'm
Let's
good.
go.
I'm better now.
Right, let's go.
Better
go.
now.
It's about to get even better.
Better. Real quick, some little updates and everything like that. Make sure, don't forget, we got a lot of stuff going on 54 Sports. Bourbon with a Splash is a part of that family, so we're going to go ahead and give you a great show tonight. I got to make sure I look at this one. Tonight, also don't forget, on Monday, you know what it is, Derby City Sports Review Show. On Tuesday, the Will Show. Then we're going to come back with Derby City Show. All that kind of stuff like that. Also, just go to the page, 54 Sports page. We're talking about YouTube, X, Facebook. We're on all that stuff right now. But a lot of different things is popping and we're growing. Actually, got another new show to get ready to start, and you will be impressed. Don't forget submission
Sessions.
We put you in a chokehold until you tap out.
That was not convincing. You will choke out because they do a great job. The Don and T Rock rocks and roll on that. So we just wanted to do clean up. So make sure you do that, guys. And I guess in the near future, I'll make sure that I have the stuff scrolling on that so everybody can see that this different operation. But let's get rocking and rolling, guys.
Yeah, man, what we got?
Right.
We got Michter's.
What?
Michter's small batch. You got the bourbon. So, Michter's, it's let's say in city distillery right here. We got two spots. You got in Shabbat, and you also got another visiting spot down there on what Maine? Some down there in Maine. I can't think of the exact spot down there, but it's right there in Maine. I mean, it take you on tours. They got nice tour. They even got a Fort Nelson. That's what they call it right there. They're right in that corner right there, building, and a bar that's up to par. That's with any distillery right there. So let's just start giving these bad boys out.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate you, bro. Bro.
Let me see here.
Ron G. the Tom Blast.
As in Parlay say, 4 ounces double shot.
$32.
4 ounces.
$40.
They math is funny down there. They math is funny.
What if I bring my own bottle? What's that?
Right.
I just need a glass. How much is a glass?
Right. I
Just
think
glass.
Right. So how many shots is it?
What
you got for us,
but
man?
I mean, let's go ahead and get a little taste out of this bad boy.
We ain't
We
smell it. We ain't
Well,
smell it.
We're going straight to it.
I'm going straight to it, but yeah.
Let's smell it.
aroma.
Let's keep it consistent.
Right.
Smell it.
The nosy.
It's very traditional. I know that's the word that comes to mind when I smell it. It's like this. If I said this is a bourbon, it doesn't even. It's like that's what bourbon's supposed to smell. That's a traditional, nice. Nice. Yeah, it's a nice traditional, not overly boozy.
Right.
Not a lot of that super alcoholic.
Yeah. See, y'all think some nice
Ain't no propane in this one.
might smell a little toffee. It might smell a little toffee, a little caramel, maybe get a little caramel out of that bad boy. Maybe some fruit, maybe somewhere up in there.
Yeah, it's a great smell though. You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
Compared to some others, we're not gonna say no names. We're not gonna say no names. I'm gonna say no names. I'm gonna keep it 100. Yeah, I know who y'all.
Yeah, wait till after we drink it, so it might drop.
You get a taste.
Yeah,
We're
big
gonna
time.
taste and see what it do.
Then y'all just go right into it. It's over. Like, we skipped them.
We skipped the toast. There we go. But the toast might have been
Bring it back. Bring it back.
consistency.
Yes,
It's
consistency.
open, you know.
sir.
Now, some of that taste, you're gonna get maybe some sweet caramel, maybe or something like it. Maybe a little peppery spice, something of the nature.
I love that little spicy.
It's spicy. It's like
Light on the tongue real good too. I like that.
that's why just
That's what she
FYI, their rye is really good. Also, I don't want to give up public service now, but their rye is really good. But the funny thing is that rye.
I'm talking about you.
The thing is that rye bourbon, is typically known for being spicier. But
Right.
this one being a
That's
traditional bourbon has a lot of spice,
It really does.
even as traditional. So that's different.
Yeah, see right
That's
there,
good.
we got the small batch, and then we got
Come on, Sam.
they have a
Yeah.
American whiskey
Yeah.
because it's a difference between the bourbon and the whiskey. Of course.
But it don't burn.
You got the sour match.
So I'm saying,
I like well,
big
that's
guys,
what
It
yeah.
might get it. It might. I'm thinking,
That is a whiskey blue, the sour mash is brown.
Right.
Something like that,
and it might get a little. You might get a little dry at the back. It goes down smooth, but it might get a little dry when it gets
Right,
to the back,
right, you're
like
right.
the after.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Like you said, you got the straight rye, as in Ron was talking about. You got the sour mash. We got the American whiskey and the small batch bourbon. They also have a barrel strength also too, along with that.
Yeah,
I put hair on your chest.
yeah, a lot of flavor, but a lot of things come along with this brown strength.
Yes, sir. Like
Like days off.
Like bad decisions,
Yeah, sleep.
sleep, comatose, passed out.
All that.
Stop telling your business.
Hell no. All right, let's get on
Let's
to
go.
some
What
questions.
we got?
What we dealing with today, guys?
All right. For the NBA Finals, got two small market teams in the NBA Finals. Was this a blip or a small market team to the States? I think you're always gonna have the big markets to try to get in there, but I do think you're gonna see, as long as the CBA stay the way it is, I do think you're gonna start seeing more small market teams because that second apron and that salary cap is something else. I mean, it's like you get past that second apron, the dollar for dollar it's crazy. You went $10 million over the luxury tax, you're probably paying tens of millions. I'm talking about 40, 50, $60 million in luxury tax, and I feel like that's going to force teams to not be able to concentrate the talent. If we really want to get technical, if you say, well, what really brought this on? There's no official reason, but you probably look at Joe Lacob, owner of the Golden State Warriors, just blowing through the salary cap, whatever price it is, but I'm going to pay it. And that's how you get, on top of the market resetting, that's how you get a Steph Curry, a Klay Thompson, a Kevin Durant. That's how you're able to afford all those guys at one time. And I think they were just, even people got to realize sometimes the CBA is not just the players versus the owners. Sometimes it's the small market owners versus the big owners. And it's kind of like, but see, you doing that kind of stuff, we can't do that. So I feel like, with that second apron, even if you try to get three superstars, you're not going to have the bench. You're not going to be like Golden State. They have all that, and they still have Sean Livingston. They still have Wiggins. They still have. You're not going to be able to do that anymore. So I think it's going to spread that talent out. And now it's any man's game. If we all got 2-3 stars, we can go to war. But if you got 3 stars and 12 other players that really I would take as my 6 or 7 man, I can't do that.
I mean, to me, here to stay, yes, because to me, it's not. We all know who are the big market teams, and it really is not that many. Truthfully, it's not. So, when you have the Lakers rolling, what I'm saying, and doing their thing, you really want New York to get that rolling, but hell, they keep on doing New York Knicks things.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
You
know what I'm saying?
That's what they
It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to really think, Boston, they stuck in New England area type stuff like that. Big market, how big is it? Is it truly big compared to these others? Really not. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. But I think one of the biggest things is that when you have free agency, like you said, and you got a good front office, that can go ahead and draft these players. When you look at OKC, in there, that's drafting. The people you traded for, the people were role players pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about now. I mean, and they had a time when they had the big three that was also drafted. You see what I'm saying? So the draft plays an important part. If you have the right people in your front office and can get the people they need to, you can go ahead and then you can substitute. Look at Indiana, same thing.
Yeah.
Siakam. I should have let you in there rock with it, Siakam. Let's go! Did y'all hear the granddaddy of McConnell?
Yes.
Shock him. It is what it is.
Right.
But, then you can go get one player if you got a true team. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To fit in there. So, I think, and I love it. You can have somebody who has going to win it for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
It's really
That is great. So, to me, I think it is to stay, but it also depends on kind of like how Ron G said, who you got in their front office know how to maneuver. Because if you don't know how to maneuver, then okay, then we're drafting first every year, and it doesn't make a damn difference.
Yeah.
Orlando.
a lot of maneuvering involved. Yeah. But it's also you have to draft in your style of play.
Yeah.
Right. So and then you got to be really smart about it. Right. Okay. Paces. They play fast.
Yeah.
Right. Who we gonna get to is gonna play at the pace that we need to play, and so your front office got to be really smart about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, as for the question, are the small markets here to stay? Yes. New day, new time, new everything right now, and as it should be. I think you know what I'm saying, I got tired of watching the big market team. Now, don't get me wrong, it was enjoyable to watch, but I got tired of every year. But I got tired of watching these big market teams just win all the time, and you know what I'm saying, and it was just like, well, maybe next year, or maybe next year for these other little teams, man, and it was just like, you know what I'm saying. So it seems like it's like the secret sauce has been found now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For these small market teams, and now it's just about other small market teams other than the two that are playing now taking advantage of what's out there now, trying to figure out what they can do for their small market teams to push them forward.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I love Donovan, right? They need another player. You know what I'm saying? Front office stuff. You gotta be able to draft to that style of play. Well, I'm just saying, he go, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just, you know what I'm saying, but that's an example. Yeah, and Braun ain't there no more, right? So, that's an example of a small market team that has good players, but it's just missing something, right? But again, they were also in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They should run. So I think they're here to stay, me personally, and I'm happy for it. I'm tired of Lakers.
Let me.
Damn!
Before you go, because this is on really full screen, I really can't pull like I want to do. We got some people. Karen Anderson, love to see intelligent black men conversation. Black excellence. Thank you, Karen. Dee said good evening. Vicky's watching. Andrea and Shannon's also watching. And before you go, Don, I'm going to say this. The reason why I'm saying, I'm not talking about like Don to go to New York because it's a big market. No, forget that. We know Cleveland can win and take it. I'm saying get your team that's already got a driver. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Cleveland ain't going to. Because he's that dog. Right. And he, love to death, can he lead into a championship? As that driver. Right now. That's a great regular season. Great regular season.
Well, see, what you touching on. I'm not going too far.
Right. Sorry, Don.
But the other thing is, I'm starting to wonder about his body.
Yes.
If he's the guy, then that means you have to take the he's the guy load all regular season, and then we get to the playoffs because he's been hurt. He was hurt in Utah in the postseason. Yep. He gets hurt at the end of Cleveland.
Right.
Cleveland went. I mean, as bad as New York. I mean, Pacers beat them, yes, but Darius Garland was gone the first 2-3 games.
Yeah.
That Donovan hurt at the end. Mobley's hurt. Yeah. When they were not a complete team, they weren't the team that won 60-some odd games.
Right.
They were a broken team from an injury perspective, and the Pacers, the way they play, can't play hurt.
No,
You
not at
can't
all.
play hurt the way they
Because
play.
they don't stop.
Because they won't stop. They keep the pressure on you.
Yeah.
You're whatever was sore, now it's hurting.
Time.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Tells you how they hurt and wasn't hurt yesterday. So I don't know what that his injury.
We're not gonna do that. 'Cause that's a whole, you got it. That's a new
Let's stick to
conversation.
the terms.
You got that's a new conversation.
So,
Yeah, don't get me started.
I'm gonna look at it. The small markets. I'm gonna like the NBA teams are kind of like in layers. So you got mainly the teams that compete for championships almost every year. You got the superstars and this and that. Then you got the B team. Now the B teams like Oklahoma City, they getting up there to the one teams now. You got the teams that's kind of like they there, but they just pushing on the brink of it. But then you got the lower lights, as in the teams that no, I don't see them as in get to that point. They are not going to even be a blimp. They're going to be just
Who are you talking about?
looking out. I mean, we're looking at the teams who are hurt, who are going to make it, who I look to be in the running for the titles in each year, this and that, and teams I don't see that's even going to continue.
Yeah, like who? I'm just saying.
Oh, like who? Like teams like Charlotte, like Pelicans, Utah Jazz.
And the thing about it, let's not forget, Pelicans a couple of years was not that far away from it. They effed up and traded AD. So you got to, and that's still that front office having
Right.
said.
Front
So,
office, the hands of,
you know,
that's a
who
lot
you,
of deal
who,
breakers.
you, who you got running your shit? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
I mean, like I don't see the Hornets ever get to that point or whatever else.
They had Mike running.
Yeah, back in those
And
days.
they had a better chance with Alonzo and Larry, even
Back in
though
those
that
days.
was tough.
Yeah.
But free agency and the draft, it's still
Now,
to me it's more to me it's easier if you have that. So to me it's kind of hard to say certain teams can't or won't. In our eyes, we look at it because we like older and we can see like they haven't done it yet. But that's across the sports thing. It's certain teams that win it. You like, I didn't think they was ever gonna win it, and they did. I'm just saying, front office is key.
I mean, yeah, most definitely because that's who's drawn to bringing the free agents in, who's going to pay the money, who they're, working that money, the inside, and how you paying these players, who's getting it to the point of the guys who's looking who to draft when you build those teams now, and building as in through free agency. It just, for me, I don't know. I don't know if, like, those little teams, like I said, I want to see Oklahoma City. They're going to be rolling. Indiana, I'm thinking they're going to be up, down, up, down. I mean, because I just don't see them just steadily keeping this momentum. Because you didn't expect them to be like, like you would expect even New York to be competent, but their front office are just so idiots and can't do stuff like they should and don't make foul maneuvers. It's just
Well,
Let's
see,
go
but,
ahead.
no, but see what you touched on. You still touching on the front office. So, for example, New York, part of their problem is not just that they can't win a championship, but they gave 5 first-round picks with
Right.
Bridges.
Come on, bro.
So you mortgage your
Yeah.
future
Yeah.
for a guy that couldn't win championships now.
Right.
Because most of the time, that's the choice: is do I want to win now and I'll just throw all my chips to the table, or am I going to wait? Because most of these teams, the way they're going to win is you draft well. You got a lot of guys on rookie contract. When those guys are starting to be winners, you got to pay one guy. Look at Boston. We had to pay Jalen.
Too much.
And then we was winning, and then we had to pay
Too
Jason.
much.
Well, now they can't move. Because now they got $600 million down between two people.
Right.
But as long as you're winning, it's the same thing's happening in the NFL. As long as you can win with that quarterback on that rookie deal,
You good.
you in good shape.
They got
as soon
longer
as you
years.
got to pay him,
They got
then now
years.
everything, we got to receive, we got to pay, we got to run. It's the same
I
concept.
just think
How you do that? How do you do that in the NBA now when you got that second apron? Because you don't know when suddenly the guy you drafted, oh my God, he turned out to be a superstar. Now you got to pay him.
let's be honest. Bro. There's only 2 teams as alpha dogs in the history of the NBA. It's the Lakers and it's the Boston, right? Celtics. New York's not, even though they're big market, and I know we're talking about small market, big market. It's 2 teams, and Boston won. We got that. Lakers won in COVID year. Yeah, small markets are here to stay. It's everything's changed. It's different, bro. Like for real, it's different. It's totally different.
Milwaukee to win a championship.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Miami winning championship,
Yeah.
and you don't think of them as a small market, but it was like they were terrible.
Oh hell yeah. Done.
And now they get the way they
Dallas
start winning.
Won. I mean,
Dallas,
you got teams.
I mean,
It's like, come on, bro. Like, really, it is different. But nah, I mean, we know that we got a guy on the show that's heavy lean with the big market. But it is what it is.
This is what it is.
COVID year.
We saw.
COVID year.
We saw.
COVID year.
It was.
Yeah, definitely. Bubble.
Yeah.
Bubble.
It can.
Bubble.
Everybody was healthy.
Still can.
Even everybody was healthy.
No cover.
All right, what we doing?
What's next?
You still sick?
Yeah, let's measure it out. Break it down a little bit. Cube in there. Break it down.
With the cube,
Break it down.
you experience like a little bit of water.
What's going on, Dr. Brooks? How you doing? Good evening.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's good. Everett, Bobby, Matthew, what's going on, guys? Thank you guys for joining tonight. This evening, but night.
So while we're talking, I'll just give the recognition, Nick gives the recognition awards that had past couple of years and so. I mean, they earned numerous accolades, including the world's most admired whiskey in 2024 by Drinks International.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was 2019, there was Whiskey of the Year. And then you had include, at one point, the 2019 Best American Whiskey by Food and Wine, and how to read publications of wine enthusiasts and
Food wine,
spirits.
that's real. Yeah.
So, it moves the needle, so, you know what I'm saying? So we like to break it down a little bit.
All right, let's break it down. A little bit of water.
Mm-hmm. So, also, they look at it as, while they had the one where it was whiskey. So, right, the one,
That's what two cubes. Yeah, that two.
I felt that a little bit right there.
You feel a hair grow? One more way. That was gonna be great.
So they like how. So it's about how long the whiskey sits in the barrel.
How long does it?
That's sits less than the barrel. So that's why they don't. That's why the one they don't call it whiskey, but it has the same mash bill as in the 51% corn. So that's why they still kind of.
So it's like the same, but they leave one in there longer than the other, and one they leave in longer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think you're smacking right there.
Okay.
It's up on the bottom.
Learn something new today.
All right, so.
I like to come back. I like to leave with more than I came with. I like that. What we got?
Ozark.
What's next?
Are we done with that or what?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't talk about like
Just
how was the taste?
The delicious.
He's drunk.
delicious.
It's delicious. It's dangerous.
Delicious.
It actually with the ice.
I ain't
because
calling the man
the
delicious.
ice
Oh, man, delicious.
It's made in the small barrels, batches, let's say that, limited to a maximum of 20 barrels per batch, which ensures each batch meets its high standards.
One
Aspiration.
thing, because this is about 45%. So 91.
Yep.
91 proof.
So the little bit of extra proof, I think, when you put the ice in it, it dilutes it some, but the flavor is still a little stronger because of the higher proof. So I mean that some it's like it's almost like you want it straight to get the taste, but you don't want the burn. Like this one, you don't have to compromise. You put a little bit of ice in there, it calms it down, but you still get the spice. You still get that full rush of flavor as soon as you taste it, man. That's some good work there, man. That's some good work.
All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Who is the most viable franchise team in the NBA, NFL, baseball? This basically triggers. This question triggered because we know that the Lakers, this 6 point something, how much?
10
billion.
10
$10 billion. Woo!
Said it might be even more than that after breaks.
Man,
it down.
come on, bro.
I'm just saying.
Keep your team
I
right
just
there.
get
Keep your team
We're
right
talking about 10 plus. That is the B word.
Billion. So basically,
That's it.
who is the most valuable franchise team in the NBA, NFL, baseball? We're gonna start with baseball. It's really easy. It's the Yankees. The Yankees. Don I talked about it a little bit, and the only other team really is coming close, even though they just got some wins. World Series is Boston. Period. Those are the two. I'm not even a fan of either, but you know that's it. I mean, come on, bro. Fuck. They don't tell her what the Yankees. That right. The Yankees is probably the most valuable. Period.
Well, the pinstripes.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
the pinstripe.
Yeah. Babe Ruth. Even though he left Red Sox,
You
Babe
know
Ruth.
the pinstripe.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
They got all the championships. Everybody loves them. You know, they kind of, I don't, but everybody loves them. But it is what it is. And they really probably are the most valuable, period, of all the sports. It's the Yankees. You go anyway, Yankees. Nah, dude, get away. You know, but it is what it is. So, baseball that. So, did that now, let's get into this. NBA. Woo! Lakers or Boston. And it's crazy because Boston, the crazy thing is, to me, I think Boston will sell more than the Lakers. Period. Because it's going to be that one dude that's got must. Well, probably buy that because it gets into a different kind of category, right? It gets into a different type of thing because there's a lot of people that got some money that's not going to buy the Lakers. Even though they know the Lakers is up there with them. It is.
Yeah, it is. There is a hate. There is a hate.
It's a hate.
There is a hate.
Either you are a Lakers fan or a Boston fan.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, I would buy the Lakers for the entertainment. But I know some other people are going to buy them the Boston.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different reasons why with that. Yeah. Don, normally we let people shoot in. We know
we got to let
Lakers,
them have it. Let them have it.
Why the Lakers over Boston?
Why?
Yeah.
As in most valuable.
Come on, bro.
Most valuable?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm looking over. I mean, thinking though, once I did my little research on it, of course, and seen, I think from the Lakers from way back,
Yes,
from
sir.
when Mr. Buss, put them out there like that, when Boston, those years and going through all that, and guess they're in the city. I mean, the big time, the LA. I mean, who would not want to go to that pretty weather and the pretty women and the pretty everything?
So you saying Boston ain't got that?
I'm not saying they up. I don't think they up to
Don't
par.
the women.
Well,
Oh, don't do that.
I'm not saying Boston.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna say,
Don't do that. Don't fall for that trap. Next question, please.
Right. But then it comes and finds out. Then you get your Golden State Warriors up for the
Yeah.
NBA. They like.
But see, the whole thing is, this is about what we think. It ain't about the actual numbers. We know the teams go up and all this. It's about what we think about. So, are you saying this is about valuable team, what we think, not for?
Well, for me, right there, though, it's going to be like you said. I mean, it's going to be the LA.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like I'm looking, should be Boston, but then it'll go back out to the West Coast, as in probably you got Golden State to go back over the East, and it'll be New York or something.
True.
Stuff like that.
True.
You got your NFL.
We hit the NFL yet.
Oh, we start with the
NBA.
NBA. So yeah, that's my take. I mean, yeah. Why?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Lakers because number one, I think the Lakers championship history is more recent. It's not a lot of generations still walking around and ain't seen the Lakers get great. Boston got 11 of them in a hurry when there was like 18.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that the generation, you have generations who just like your Magic, Kobe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you got Bron and
Top of the top.
Luka. You got top of the top guys, faces of the league type guys that have been the faces of that franchise. So I mean, I feel like merchandise, marketability as far as just I was in Las Vegas. Was it 2010? Lakers won the championship that year. They won. Game was on Thursday. They won the game. You know anything about Vegas?
Oh,
A whole lot of Lakers.
They fly there and go.
And the crazy thing is, with it being West Coast time, it was so crazy. It's like 9:00, 9:30. Game is over. They are champions. Then they going out.
Yeah, the Lakers are there.
I mean, it was just like they had a whole nother city worth of. I mean, it was literally like it's another LA. Man, they went crazy.
Yes, sir.
And it was just like this is. I mean, it was crazy because I've never been. That's one of my bucket list items to be in a city that wins the championship in that city.
Right there.
That day, I want to be there.
Different.
That was closer than I ever thought I was gonna get in Vegas. I was like, it's the same.
But you know the crazy thing? Even when Milwaukee won, they flew out there. Like everybody goes to Vegas.
Man, I mean, it's just L.A. Man, that purple and gold, man.
Yeah.
That purple and gold. Boston, I love y'all. Y'all did it. Y'all did the thing. But it's the Lakers.
I'd probably say Lakers, but Boston.
They up there.
Boston. Okay, I always feel like the Lakers just because of location, right?
Right.
That's
right.
But championships also mean something.
They do.
Right?
They do.
Boston has quite a few of those things.
Oh,
Several.
Lord.
You know what I mean?
Several.
So as I'm making this argument, I might talk myself into Boston. But what I'm saying is, these mean something. So if the Boston would sell, with all the history that they have, and all the players that they've had, you know what I'm saying, going back from the Russells to the Birds to the Garnetts and them to Tatum and them, right? I mean, it's not like they fell off a cliff and then came back.
They just won a championship.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're still there, right? They were still competing in the playoffs this year. If Tatum hadn't gotten hurt, there was no telling what they would be. You know what I'm saying? We may not be seeing each other two teams in there right now.
Right.
Don't know, right?
Right.
Conjecture at this point.
Right.
But, yeah, I'm talking myself in Boston. So, I'm going to say Boston. I'm flipping on talking myself in Boston. Because these things mean something. I just really feel like the Lakers, don't get me wrong, Lakers have great tradition, you know what I'm saying? But the deep inside of me, I just feel like it's just about location.
But you know what, though? To me, it's like a baseball. Right? So, yeah, King Griffey's going to sell. And he's going to do whatever. But when you got like Boston's Ty Cobbs, Babe Ruth, you know what I'm saying? That's different. And so you get different people to, like I said, if they go up for sale, no telling who's going to buy that. The Lakers was up for sale. And that $10 billion is lovely.
And if we're being completely honest, if the Celtics go for sale, they're definitely going to sell more than the Lakers because they're going to make sure they sell for more than the Lakers.
Oh, wait. Give me 11. But I'm just saying,
12.
This period.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about chopped liver, somebody who's only won 6 championships.
No.
You but also, like I said, you have lifestyles. You got the West Coast East. You got white people who loves Boston more than the Lakers. And you got some black people that love, all that kind of stuff, even though we know the white man won. Got that. But you got some people that don't want to do that with the Lakers that's going to want to do that at Boston. Yeah. Big time.
Let me ask you a question. Boston and the Lakers are both terrible. In a city that's neither Boston or LA, which jersey sells first?
That's kind of difficult. Are the same players that are going to be there? The people that's been there?
I'm just saying they're terrible. So for a great example would be when Kobe first got to the Lakers. Had some players, no championship.
Sure, you selling a Kobe jersey? Kobe jersey
Still selling.
Kobe jersey.
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm saying
the crazy thing is Bird's jersey still selling.
I feel like
people.
But it is. But I feel like and let me say it this way. I feel like Boston, they won a whole lot of championships early, and they've had sporadic blips that make sure people remember how great they
But it ain't even about a jersey, though.
Whereas the Lakers,
I see what you're saying.
I'm saying more like the
jersey.
Lakers because the history's more recent. It's a lot of people buying Lakers stuff because of what they saw, not because of what they heard and they saw this little blip. But they remember that the Boston is Boston.
So the thing about it is, you got to look at it this way: who's got the money? That's who's buying it. That's who's gonna buy them. You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna be the average Joe, which we all know. This
Oh, yeah,
somebody,
what are we getting to? We're talking.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what's gonna make them valuable. It ain't gonna be whatever the tech guy who can. It's gonna be somebody that probably ain't even American that says, "I want that because it looks like who I want it to be."
Just kind of like what you the Russian that bought the Nets.
Yeah.
He thought that's what he was getting out
Yeah.
of it.
And he's like, hey, nah, bro, I messed up. I messed up. But then it goes through, like you said, because at the end of the day, you still gonna be able to sell Boston Pearl. Even if it ain't whoever's there, they still sell out. And I get what you're saying, but it is what it is. Somebody's gonna come and get that, and like you said, it's gonna go over a higher price or whatever, do whatever. That's how it goes.
Well, I think
but ain't nobody else.
I think your point was valid when you talk about location too, because when you say LA, of course LA is gonna be bigger in Phoenix. It's gonna be bigger in Las Vegas. It's gonna be bigger in Oregon. It's gonna be bigger in Seattle, obviously.
Right.
Boston's gonna be bigger even in Philly. It's gonna be bigger in DC. It's gonna be bigger in Charlotte. You're in New York. It's gonna be bigger because Boston is the is not the Mecca. We know MSG is the Mecca, but Boston from the East is the Mecca of where basketball. You didn't know what a dynasty was when Boston showed.
True. Exactly. Yeah. All right, NFL. NFL.
No doubt.
Go
ahead.
I mean, no doubt the Dallas Cowboys are the most valuable team in the NFL.
We can get this our question over with.
Yep. I mean,
that's done.
I mean, I hate to spit it
That's
out.
done.
Okay.
I mean,
Cowboys.
And for people to understand,
Cowboys.
all these questions, all these teams we're talking about valuable. We're talking about who's going to win or who have more championships. Valuable. And that's what that is.
Cowboys.
Who's going to get that money for their franchise?
That's it.
When Jerry's family
it's done,
passes it down and passes it down, and then eventually
it's done.
sell it.
Sell it.
Then it kind of sell it. Get it back more than off the market.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a half price.
And the cheerleaders get a 400% raise.
Right.
Basically, making $75 an hour. They deserve it.
Right. I mean, right now it's already worth
the calendars.
10.1. Sorry, worth 10.1 billion right now as we speak. So it's like, yeah, just think by the time it finally sells, I mean, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah. But like Don and I said before we end this, it's certain like okay, 49ers, Steelers, Cowboys, those teams like there, of course. And kind of like it's almost like contract, but you do know certain teams is like, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, what we going to next? What we drinking on?
What's the next? Give us some more history, man.
I thought we was on. Okay, yeah. So I mean, we just
well,
talked about
baseball was the Yankees.
we did say that.
Yeah, that was quick.
That was like
Yankees done.
7.5 billion right there for the Yankees.
Yeah, we're done.
So,
and you can imagine triple that. Somebody buy that for 20-something billion. Period.
I mean, right now.
You looking at the bottom.
What you mean you already got some of your play?
I mean, right now, we just gonna say where you can go visit.
Okay.
In Victor's right now. Right now, you can go visit at the main hub. I would say the main distillery factory is out 2351 New Millennium Drive out there in Shelby. Kentucky. But then you got your Fort Nelson bar that I was talking about. Right there, the building, Fort Nelson building is right there on 8th and Main. So it's 801 West Main Street. Okay. So, hey, I would advise a good tour. Go and check them out. It's even a point in there where you can, fill your own bottle.
Oh.
Let me make a note. We might have to go on a field trip.
Yep. I looked up. I kind of looked it up on.
Do they got Ubers waiting around the building or what?
I was trying to
golf cart.
since I was off today this morning. I was trying to hop in. No, it was already filled.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right, here we go.
Are the NBA playoffs too damn long? Man, do y'all know these playoffs been going on for 2 months? A little over 2 months. They started back in April 19th or something like that. That's when it started.
You said it started back in.
Back in the day. Back in the day. Too long. I'm telling you, it feels like you've been watching this forever. All these best out of sevens and best out of fives, and they just been going and going and going and going. Then you have the play-in tournament and everything else. Come on. Let's just go. Shorten the season, son. I mean, you can shorten the season by... Shorten the season by 10 games. And you think if you cut 10 games off the calendar, 10 games, that's almost a month. 10 games can really do an impact. Knock it down to 75 games or something. You know, that's reasonable. Even 8 games. Cut that off. The little break they take, that in-season tournament that doesn't mean a damn thing. Yes, I said it because we wanted the first one. It doesn't even matter during the season.
You got your mask.
It doesn't.
You got your mask.
Luchador! Y'all hang that banner for what? I don't know. Y'all want to hang that banner, y'all might as well get a Louisville Cardinals their banner back right now. Already. Yeah, you heard me. But still, it's the season. Just short the season. Maybe y'all could configure that.
So what is 10 and 8 games? Is that enough? I'm just asking.
To make a measurable impact.
Right.
I mean, maybe so, because we've been seeing a lot of impact from just all them. You think about these last couple of playoffs we've been to, or past couple of years. We've had significant injuries happen. Right at the end of the season. During the playoffs.
Right.
It's taking a toll on some of these guys. Y'all think about it. How many games they play through a week? They playing back to back. Some of them 3 games, road, home, road. 5-game tour on the road, stuff like that. It's taking an impact on these bodies.
True.
Some of these guys ain't what they used to be. Some of these guys don't spend millions of dollars on their bodies like some guys do. But
LeBron James.
We know where that was going.
I would say this though. It actually, to me, this all is a product to me of load management.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because load management is not just about your body. A lot of people think what's load management mean? That means you got back to back, and that's playing the back end. We got 3 games in 5 days. One of them games I'm not playing. But what the problem is, not only does that affect your body, it affects your mind. And what it does is you're not prepared to play game after game after game with number one focus, number one energy, number one competitive, because you're taking days off all year. You've been taking days off for 7 months. You've been taking days off. You get in the playoffs. I want you to show up every night with your 100%. I need you to be 100% focused. You're not gonna be able to do it. Why? Have you noticed the way series go? Blow out this way. Blow out the other way. Go to the other. Blow out this way. Blow out the other way. Go back to the other. Blow out this way. Because guys are taking days off. They can't focus. So it's stretching, to me, in my opinion, it's making the playoffs not only be longer, it feels longer. Because it's just like, the series is going to go 6 or 7. Because the guys are not prepared to come to work and focus. So my point is, the old school guys, everybody talks about how many years Mike played, 81 games, 82 games, all that kind of stuff. But you're also, yes, it's hard on, but you're conditioning your body, conditioning your mind, that every single day you come out on that floor is 100% and you got to go. And these guys are not training themselves that way, and they get in the playoff, and it is what it is. The body gives out. SGA is doing a tremendous job of fighting through tiredness, because you see his face, lips poked out and everything. He's still getting 30, but he's fighting through the fatigue because this is
He didn't do the TikTok challenge.
No, I hope he did.
But
I
I'm gonna
hope
tell
he
you,
did.
right before y'all go, I'm gonna tell you this.
I hope he did.
I don't want to hear no
He
damn.
lost some tickets.
I don't want to hear no damn load management. I don't want to hear about that load management. And guys sick because these fans are paying their hard ass money to go each game and see their players play. I don't want to see this load management with the superstars. Like these
Have you been
superstars got
burned like that?
FMLA. They don't get no.
Have
Get
you
that.
ever been burnt like that? Got a Laker ticket to the Pacers and no boy didn't show up? I didn't play? Oh, okay. I was just asking.
It did seem like it was not passion.
No.
But I'm still.
It's kind of funny. The last game is funny because the last game I was going, where I did go to Kobe's last game in Indianapolis, and before I went, it was speculation that Kobe might not play.
It was speculation.
I remember that.
You was gonna light it up when you
Man.
light the building up.
Man,
I mean, I totally feel what you're saying. I'm just talking about the effect that load management has. I'm not saying that it's a good
So,
idea.
I don't know,
bad
so what do
idea.
you, like, no, for real, so you agree or you don't? Like, what?
I personally don't think they're too long.
Okay.
I think they feel too long because basically it's like every series is gonna go 6 or 7 because y'all not gonna focus. Now, obviously, early in the season, playoff, you're gonna have some talent mismatch. The 1 versus 8, 2 versus them can get pretty rough because like we just have better players than you.
Right.
And that way we're gonna get you out of there in 4 games, 5 games. We're gonna get you out of there. But once you get past that, and it starts to be, if you don't show up, the team we're playing is going to beat us. Well, we ain't used to showing up. So it feels longer than it actually is because, truth be told, the NBA Finals had a start date. They don't, all that stuff, the games ended earlier. All we do is just give them that rest, and game 1 of the next series starts when we said it was going to anyway. So it's going to take a certain amount of time because we want to book everything. We got to have everything planned. We got to have all that kind of stuff ready. It just feels longer because instead of getting these guys out of there and we moving on to the next series, it's going 6 or 7.
That's a good argument. Now, do I think I feel like they're too long? It's just this has been going on for forever, right?
Yep.
It has been going on for forever.
Yep.
I would love to see the numbers because obviously we all know why it's longer.
Right.
They want to make more money. Yep. I would love to see the numbers as opposed to when it wasn't as long as it is now and the difference in monies, right? Honestly, I don't think it's a huge delta. I really don't.
Gotcha.
I'm saying I think obviously there's more money that was made.
Right.
But I don't think the delta is that big for it to actually matter, right? And now that especially now that you have your smaller market teams into, I think it helps with excitement. You know what I'm saying? But those small market teams, you have $60 ticket, it's now $160 ticket. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, will you bite the bullet? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or will you go and watch it at home? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to spend that extra $100 to go watch it? You know what I'm saying? So how big is that? I don't think the delta is that big. Obviously, there's going to be more money. I think they could probably shorten the season.
Shorten the season.
Don't
Okay.
do it. Don't do it. Don't say it because you extend my shit. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
You okay?
I got you.
Go ahead.
I'm great.
Go where you going.
I'm great. Do like
Okay.
yeah. You good? Go ahead.
Okay. Take All-Star Weekend on the back end.
Also, break that down for me. What do you mean put it on the back end? What do you mean?
Put it on the back end. So, for
That's
instance,
football.
like like
Okay.
they do with football.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
basically the All-Star breaks at the end of the year.
yeah, All-Star breaks at the end of the year.
Okay.
I'll start pretty much you don't make the playoffs.
Because and again, I might be missing the boat on this too, as far as All-Star Weekend part of it, but you might actually get stars to do
Season's over. Can't no excuses.
stars that dunk contests and other than the 3-point thing, right? And the skills, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? You might actually get those kind of players, you know what I'm saying? Like you do in football, you know what I'm saying? When you get all your stars out there, they all having a good time.
No, I like that. I've not heard that. I like that actually.
My thing is
like it.
extend the playoffs.
Okay,
For the simple facts, we know they play harder when it's the playoffs.
True statement.
So if you cut the games down, I get it. They're gonna make their money. They want to make their money. Talking about the owners, but to me, as a fan of NBA that has no team, so I can't say hey. But I'm gonna watch it. These 2 months is not long to me. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
That other bullshit before is too long because they don't play. That's when you
Absolutely.
got sitting out.
That's
when
what I'm talking about.
You got the
Yes.
the bullshit
Yep.
dunk contest with G League
Yep.
players in there. You
Yep.
got all this stuff.
Yep.
Owners is not cutting. I get it. So if you don't cut, this expanded, whatever. I mean, if they did expand it as far as some of these series was 3 games. So that's 5, 7 stuff like that. Are they going to expand it? No, but I'm saying is NBA is not even fighting themselves. Let's be honest. They want to be irrelevant because the NFL reigns leader. So we have to continue this bus that starts from October, ends to June to keep us in there. Because if you do cut down the season, Don didn't say a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not picking on Don. Don only said 8.
He didn't say right. He didn't say cut it in half and all
that. Ain't nothing.
Right.
To me, that's really not cutting. That maybe save you low management people, but you're competing with the NFL.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
There's no way in hell they can cut back. There's no way in hell this is not going to end before June because you know who's sitting there? Big Brother. Big Brother don't care when y'all play games. Big Brother is doing drafts, doing mini games. And what's the first thing that the damn ESPN and everybody else is doing? Travis missed the workout in the day. The calf injury. That's at night. You know what I'm saying? But
you can't even stretch to the preseason.
No, they don't
can't even
care.
stretch to the
They
preseason
do
because
not
NFL's gonna
care. NFL is big dog, and you want to compete as much as being that second dog. You're not going to cut. You're not going to cut because you want that money. That's number one.
And can I just add
Go
to
ahead,
that?
go ahead.
Because the thing about we talk about when we were talking about the greatest franchises, we left NHL out for a reason.
Right.
You know why? Because the NBA thinks so little of them. We will literally run our season side by side. The NHL finals, the Stanley Cup finals, the NBA finals are always going on at the same time.
Always.
And they're not concerned.
Always. Like
They're not concerned. We be fine.
The Twins are going at it.
Yeah,
we
would be.
We don't care.
They have just back to back.
I mean, Florida went back to back. Shout out to the Florida Panthers, back to back NHL champions.
Florida, who's relatively new.
I mean, they were terrible, but look at what they do. We're talking about GM. Yeah. Because remember, they went to the finals the year before that. This is their third consecutive trip to the finals. They won the last 2. Shout out to them, man.
So whatever you can do to get your stuff extended, and they probably want to extend it even more if they could. They would love to move the draft probably after the damn finals to get you to look at that in July. But the problem is Big Brother goes year round.
Always talking
year
about
round.
Yeah, I'm talking about the league is in this.
So you can't cut.
You can't get the NBA's in the regular season, and when NFL draft started, we're talking about over.
And then think about how big NFL is because you don't talk about NBA fantasy. You talk about fantasy football.
Shows after
fantasy
shows.
football.
But see, I think that too is football has the advantage of less supply.
Mm-hmm.
You only got 17 games. Everything is focused on 17 going to your fantasy. All your fantasy activities. Wednesday, everybody, the waivers and everything come out, injury reports, all that kind of stuff. Thursday, you got to make sure you finalize. You got to finalize your stuff in case your team plays on Thursday. Mm-hmm. You know, it's building.
It's
NBA
hard.
and baseball had a problem of too much inventory. Too many games to where like. Did you forget that Tuesday night game? Did you forget that you did
it's
all
so
your players?
hard because even though they got the 17 and plus it's 18-week season.
Yeah.
But you got the thing about it is no one does a better job in off season than the NFL.
Nobody. So
you can do what you need to do.
Nobody.
You can do what you want to do, but we're still gonna we got it planned out. We rocking.
Yep.
Our NFL draft has more viewing than your damn families.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they don't care.
So
They don't care. It is what it is.
Nobody.
Anything else down towards the? So we going right to the next one?
Yeah, I think so. I
Let's
think
go on to the
we've
next
toast it up, sipped it up, and
Smell it up.
all we can do is all we can tell you is pretty good. Go to the store.
it runs. You can get this bottle at any type of Kroger's, the outlets, your liquor stores. It runs about $39.99, $40 a day. So
Must buy.
Yeah.
Must buy.
Yeah.
We got to come up with an endorsement vehicle. We got to roll a thumbs up across the screen.
Yeah, that's right.
no problem. Sitting at home like,
That's good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. Don't
All
get
right,
this
guys. Should college basketball seek to invest in foreign players? Are they potentially cheaper, and will it end up like the NBA? Now, here's the thing, guys.
Talk about it.
I feel like on the back end of that, are they potentially cheaper? Yes. If they turn out to be good, you potentially have to pay them. Yes. But you don't really hear nor see a lot of foreign players coming to play college basketball that obviously that you see in the NBA primarily because of you got to do the 16 years old playing in the men's professional league. Right, so you're not going to see a lot of that. So anytime somebody is coming from overseas, and obviously we can speak to Louisville, right? We can hear, okay, these guys are good. You know what I'm saying? But we really don't know.
Right.
We see the highlight films, and everybody looks good in the highlight films, but you really don't know how good this cat is, right? So you know what I'm saying? What is the price tag on bringing a Sananda through? Zoom in, you know what I'm saying? What does that look like? And if they do ball, what does that look like on the back end? Okay, now we really got to pay these dudes. What's that look like? Do foreign players jump into the portal?
That's what I'm scared of.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So it's for me. It's hard for me to have a strong opinion either way, if I'm being honest. But because you really don't know of the talent or what you're getting. Right, true. Until they actually get on the court,
And then it's on.
Right.
If they do well.
No, I mean, feel free to chime in anytime.
No. I'm saying
seriously,
that right there is the tell all to me because that's why I think the NIL and all this stuff is going kind of like the question that is not on here that Ron was talking about. My thing is this: that's why you're going to have some kind of bargaining chip to do some 2-year contract type stuff. You're going to have to really get into that because you best believe if Sonata and Zoo ball out and they're like freshmen, even though they pros,
Here they come.
Here come the Vultures. What are they paying you? They got you for what, 50 G's? Man, we get you 3.5 million. You're probably going to make more. From here because everybody's coming. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and that all goes to the agents. I mean, hell, Frew committed to Louisville without even coming because his agent said it's a great place to be.
None of them saw.
Yeah, it's a great place to be. So who's to say? You know, what I'm saying this. You know, what I'm saying Alabama. Tuscaloosa, this place to be. You know, what I'm saying it's like. And that's the mess. Well, I mean, that's the nature of college basketball.
Well, see, that's what I mean. As it grows, you have to, and we talked about this at nausea before, you're going to have real contracts. And the only thing that's going to slow it up is the NCAA and all this kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, scholarships are renewable. See, that's why you have it. Like, you probably only going to do a 1-year contract. Because unless you change that, and people don't know why you don't see your favorite nephew or somebody who got sent home or whatever, because scholarships are renewable each year.
Correct.
So it's kind of hard to say this, but we know a lot of things are changing in that game.
No, you right on.
Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
You right on target. 4-year contract, renewable 1-year scholarship. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So the thing about foreign ball players also is because you have a guy. So let's say you get an 18-year-old. 18-year-old versus in high school versus 18-year-old international.
Right.
And he's been a professional for 2-3 years. Well, he's played against guys that for the last 2 or 3 years, their job has been to get better at basketball. When you in high school, your job is not to get better at basketball. Your job is to graduate high school. You are also going to get better. You see how it's a separate thing. But over there, your job is to get better at this particular thing. So you're playing against those guys for those extra years. Then you might come over at 19, you might come over at 20. Because see, that's the thing too. You don't know how long they could be over 18, 19, 20. Now you're talking about 4 or 5. Now you're talking about seasoned veterans.
Right.
At 19 years old, playing against guys who that's
real quick. Fru is what, 22, 23? 22. Zoo's like 22, 23. Garmer's what, 21, something like these are grown people, like grown men.
They've been playing for a
That's what
minute.
I'm saying. And they're coming over with years of experience against the grizzled veterans, because in years, whether they're age or not, in years. And then they come over here, and these college guys, especially some of y'all been on AAU circuits, y'all coming up high school, coaches giving you the ball, you're not being disciplined, you do what you want to do, turning the ball over, nobody does anything because you're the best player. And now you're playing against guys who have been coached by professional coaches for years, and they're taking it wrong. And you're trying to dunk on them, and they're catching the ball down here. And it's like, how is he? Everywhere I go with the ball, he knows what I'm doing. That's because he's been playing professional.
Totally different.
And I think and I think you touched on something great when you talking about that price tag, because I think as the high school guys have to realize you're asking them to pay for unproven talent. But when I've watched you ball against professionals for 5 years, I'm paying. Because I already saw you do it.
That goes back to his question, because that's great. Because if I can get you over here for even 1 year, maybe I just need one of you, two of you to solidify my stuff for 1 year. And if you go somewhere else, I'll go to the NBA. I don't care. But you're what I need to go ahead, and you are cheaper. There's somebody who's a 5-star who thinks they need 2 or 3 million, or transfer.
Never seen a
college.
A
transfer from college that won't, like, oh boy from Memphis to end up having to go.
Who we saw ball out? Who we saw ball out against Division II? Went ham.
Right.
But
so you want to go ahead and get?
I take professional, right? I take professional guy over the.
Who's you? And you hit it. Who's used to training? Who's used to? Hey, and not gonna be mad. Take the ball, go home. I gotta get better.
He's liable to tell you what to do when he get there with the players. Like, y'all need to be doing this too.
Thank you. And the thing too is like, all right, and who's going to lead the charge in this, right? What school is going to lead the charge in this? Who's going to look at these other schools and be like, you know, Louisville's got a thing going on with these foreign players.
It's a copycat.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should start, really looking at these guys. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then, you know what I mean? So, it's got to start.
Great question. Great question.
I'm just thinking, I'm going over everything y'all said, and it's so funny because I'm dipping, dabbing everything y'all put out there already, because I'm looking at the best in the foreign players. Like you said, it's the experience that gets me, because they've been right there playing against grown men for years. Like, I mean, class example, even though he went straight to NBA, Luka and stuff like that was playing professional for years and years and years. Giannis and all.
Break it for the people who don't know. Like I said, Bourbon with a splash of sports. Break it down. Because some people think they're playing years like 1 or 2 years. No. Some of these guys have been playing since 13, 14, 15, 21, 20. So they've been on the job. For that minute, that long.
Paid professional money already at that point.
Trying to feed their family.
They trying to feed their family. Then come over here and then, branch out. And so, like you said, you got them coming, like Louisville's investing. But I'm imagine Louisville's not paying as much, but they could be. But like I said, but they got further, their agents are advising them, look, this is a good opportunity for you, a good spot, and Louisville what a great city it is.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
And I think
they always bring it up. Real quick. Hold on. I can bring them up. What's up, Keith? What's up? B. What's going on, my guys? That's right. Good. Dog was gonna bring it back on.
But I think when you touch on, I think I think soccer is a great example because soccer. You talk about soccer, you got a FIFA. They got a under 17 World Cup, under 19 World Cup, under 21, and then they have the professional. So it's like, think about that. We are going. It is important that you win an under 17 World Cup. We have a World Cup just for under 17. You got to think about the pressure that they learn to handle. You think about the talent. This is the best players in the world at your level. And you've been playing them 16,
Years.
17, 18, 19,
Years.
20, 21. Right. So by the time you get 22, 23, I mean, these guys.
There's no pressure.
They're not scared. They're not afraid.
There's no pressure.
There's nothing you can do to me that I haven't already. I'm not worried about.
And you know, it's no pressure because, like you said, and everybody across this board has been saying that when you don't take visits and your agent, your mom and dad is saying, "Oh, Ron has it. We believe in him. We trust in him," because we've been about business since he's 15.
Yes.
What's the one? What? That's where you're going.
That's a very interesting point.
That's where we're going.
That's a very interesting point because the high school seniors' parents are rookies at that time.
Thank you.
But these guys, agents have been coming here since he was 14 years old.
Thank
They've
you.
been already.
And now he's 19 and here y'all come.
All I gotta say this real quick. Kelsey, can you get us one more? I'm greedy.
Oh, that's not what the topic.
So the answer, and we've been rocking and rolling, but
you give him a Baptist finger?
Look, that's a silly thing though, because who's going to be affected is the high school. They already affected with the transfer portal.
Yes, sir.
So now
absolutely. They jump in the portal. Oh,
and the scary thing is this: when do they come available?
Right.
After their season.
I felt that.
Right? After their season. So that's when you're going to see a lot of them cut it off. It's going to look like football. Like University of Louisville, yeah, we're fans. He has a select group of seniors that he wants.
Yeah.
He has transfer. And he always keeps some extra just in case something pops off, right? So you're going to see college coaches be like, I just want Ron, T-Ron, or Don. A high school level. Other than that, because not only I'm not going to I'm the transfer, but they go to the foreign, the overseas. Mm-hmm. Hey, you just finished playing. I'm out here on the reps because nobody's talking. Like when these guys drop for University of Louisville, nobody knew. It popped their reps. What the hell? Then they start seeing okay. And go like T-Rock said, well, we got to see it and see the believe it type stuff. But you got dudes that are professionals.
Yeah, but and to that point, you talk about guys who come as package deals. That's gonna be difficult because the team's not as good as you.
Oh yeah,
and there's this international guy right here. I don't know if I can take you and you because I won't.
Booster twins.
Him.
Well, but at the same time too, like it's not like Fu and Zoo are the first international players to come across Louisville's radar this past year, right? Because you had the Guillermo kid and.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some other things. So
they're looking with the long man?
Yeah, it's do with the long man. Yeah, he's actually 6'4",
but his neck's 6'7".
He swallowed for 3 days.
5 inches.
I was like, what's wrong with this picture? Overseas. They got cameras like us.
You know what?
Hey, man.
Adam's apple that big, man. It's crazy.
But I hope not for the high school people though, because they already dealing with transfer portal. This is tough.
Yeah.
And and really, if you smart, that's why you had the overtime and another leagues till they can get exposure and do it. Because sometimes it might be a route where we might see a lot of these high school people going overseas to play,
right?
To get back to come over to play in college. Period. I ain't talking about NBA. I'm talking about college.
Right, because I feel like if you're basically high school, you're not in the top, say, 25.
Right.
You're probably not going to be looked at. So either your options are mid-major, ball out of control, jump in the portal,
right,
or go somewhere else, and then go to the league.
But the evidence. But the evidence of what Travis is already in the records. Go look at the draft.
Right.
How many international players get drafted?
We ain't even heard of.
Over.
All
It's the creme de la creme
Yes.
getting picked, and it's international players.
Right.
We want international players. We don't want none of these guys.
Right.
We want him, like Cooper flag level talent. We'll take him. We'll take the guys from Rutgers. We'll take him. Now we want next 5 players international.
And the crazy thing is, that's why now you're seeing the Louisville, the Dukes, Kentucky. This people like hitting that. Like, hold on, we can get you. I don't know how much you're getting paid or whatever, but we can go ahead because you're not quite draft ready. Come here, ball. Get used to what's going on.
But you'll pay for that. You'll pay because you know you can get him there.
Yeah.
This guy here, he's a 5-star, but he played. We looked at his. They got 4A, but them guys he beat. We're not recruiting a single player in his level of basketball in the whole system.
All right.
So he might ball out of control, but we're not confident about his competition. They don't have any questions about that year. They have no questions.
Oh no, absolutely.
No questions. They're fine.
Great question, big time.
Yeah, I like
All
that.
right. Woo! Ron G.
Yes, sir.
What are you leaving the people with?
Oh man, look, everybody stay healthy. Juneteenth, man. Everybody have a good weekend. Y'all know what Juneteenth means. Don't waste it. Don't waste it, man. Take advantage of every opportunity you get. Life is a highway. Every opportunity is an exit. If you never get off, you never go nowhere. So make sure you're ready for that exit when it comes.
Boy, Big that.
He does about 5 of your stuff, boy. God. Yeah. Go ahead. T-Rock.
Oh, shoot. I was just
I know.
racing
Go ahead.
there.
Hey, we got to do a buffer.
You know what? Everybody have a great weekend. I know I am. I'm going to go play some golf.
Always.
I am playing golf. I'm going to try to get in tomorrow, but I know I'm definitely playing on Sunday, so I hope everybody can get out and have as much fun as me.
The Don.
Hey. You know better, get better, that you can do better.
Hey, Ron started to preach. I got kind of nervous a little bit. Hey, thank you guys. Love the support you guys do for 54 Sports. Thank you for joining us for Bourbon with a Splash of Sports. Be on the lookout for some new shows we got. Also, go ahead and give love to the shows we already have. Thank you guys. We love y'all. Peace out.